Sure, the odds of making it are low. 1 in 226 make a living in this game. 1 in 61,000 play on mini tours, and .006 make it to the PGA Tour. But I'm just a kid from the west side of Chicago. I'm not supposed to beat those odds. But we only have one life to live, one chance to pursue your dream, and not everyone gets that chance, so I'm gonna capitalize on mine. It's not easy to have positivity in a losing game. You cannot leave room for doubt, or it'll swallow you up. And the pressure of everyone's eyes on you when you step on the property only adds to that. So I'll keep my head down and embrace a keep going mentality. I mean, look at me. I don't look like I belong on the golf course. You could say my stock shot is a high top fade. I might be the most recognizable golfer on the planet from the forehead up. So what draws me to this game? It's the parallels to life. It's the art of shot shooting. It's the patience. It was my ticket out. It's the best sport in the world. But I'm just a kid from Chicago. On top of the mountain. My name is Brandon Bolling, and I'm the last person you'd expect to play golf. I always end up swiping on these a little bit, so it was like, I gotta almost feel like the draw, like it's a little bit of a let the toe come down. It just has so much more just drop spin. I'm just kind of like, a little bit of a swipe. Draw. Look at it. It's 5 times better. The defining moment was actually the first time we actually went to play golf. Second hole is a really short par 3, and I hit this shot, and I mean, literally making contact with it was like the day was made. Like, we weren't even able to do that at this point. I didn't know the difference between a 4-iron and a putter, let alone a par 5 and a par 3. So I hit this shot, it goes at the flag, we don't even watch it. We just know it was solid, and we get up there, we can't find the ball, and my older brother comes walking across the green back to the front and peeks in the hole and realizes your ball's in the hole, and that is a feeling, I mean, even thinking about it now, it's crazy. Like, I can never explain to somebody what that felt like. I had played baseball and basketball at a high level, obviously team sport, and done a lot of other things in my life that made me happy or, you know, can give you a great feeling, but that was just like a moment my life stopped. And I was like, oh, I still don't know anything about this sport, but I am gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out how to make something like that happen again, whether it's likely or not. And I need to know everything about this game, because why did I just get that, like, I'm on top of the world, but also I just felt like it was a sign that no matter what I do in this game, this is the game. It's gonna take me somewhere, I'm gonna do something with it. And it just was my passion from that day on. And like, the more I've played and the better I've gotten, and I've had a hole-in-one since in college, I realized how insane that is. Some people play at the highest level and never have one, and here I am getting lucky enough to get one on the first swing of my second hole ever. The next jump was pretty much at the end of my college career. I had definitely improved score-wise compared to high school, and I was learning from the pros. I was watching more golf on TV and a lot of my teammates. So when I saw kids thinking of making that transition out, while I may have not been at the same level at the time, I said, well, here it is again. Okay, I did this in high school, I did this going into college. There's no reason I can't do this when I leave college. I still may be a little bit below where the competition level is, but there's got to be more I can find out to improve, and what else do I have to, what are the other boxes I got to check? And so I pretty much knew my senior year that I was going to be capable of doing that, and then I just had to dive in and figure out what the heck that was going to look like. It was a new set of goals, a new game plan I had to do. The better I got and the older I got, I realized how selfish the game really is. It's just you. If you don't play well, you're not practicing enough, you're not doing the right things, so you have to get down to what is the reason behind that. You only blame yourself when things don't go well, and you can only credit yourself when you do well. But at the same time, you have to pick yourself up when you are at your lowest point. You can never get too high or too low, or you're just never going to be at that safe balance in the game. And so the more I've played and the more I've been driven to improve in areas of my game, you have to put so many hours on the course, but that's never really been a problem for me because I just love everything about being on the course, being outside. It's the pursuit of me versus me and improving. You have to be your biggest motivator, and that goes right along with being selfish. You have to be willing to block everyone else out. So as I got out of college, I ended up around these other players who were making that transition. Some were making it very well, and there's still kids in contact now that I grew up playing junior golf with that are on the PGA Tour, Korn Ferry Tour. I basically watched them and what they did and how they made that transition. After looking around at what tours were out there, and they've certainly changed over the years, I eyed down PGA Tour Canada. Something that I know is very attainable, and it's a goal that I'm going to check off, whether it's this year, next year. It's a matter of when, not if, as long as I can keep that same drive and passion that got me into this game. It's a little bit of luck, but it's also a lot of your training. You could just have 4 rounds and your body's not feeling great, or you could have 4 rounds when you're peaking at the right time and boom, you win, and your life changes damn near overnight because you get a chance to go do something else. On the outside, the life of a professional golfer looks easy, glamorous, fun. When in reality, it's a non-stop grind. The biggest thing that drives me in this game is where I come from. On the west side of Chicago, it's just not a traditional thing to, come out of that neighborhood and play golf. And, the older I've gotten, to realize how fortunate I am to have been introduced by my dad, and even him knowing was kind of a fluke. Because like I said, it changed my life, and I'm going one direction with it. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look the same for everyone else, but it's so much healthier of a way out of the neighborhood, or a way to, take your life down a different road compared to all the other options, the very limited options you see out there, whether it be hanging out with the wrong crowd on the street, or just being forced to play basketball, or other things that maybe that's all you saw around your family growing up. And it could be the reason, sad to say, that you make it past 21 where I'm from. It's stuff like that. It's just like, why was I so lucky? Why am I one of the few that was able to get out with such a healthy outlet and be introduced to such a beautiful sport. That needs to be everyone's opportunity, you know, going forward. There's so many kids that deserve that chance. I see what a lot of the kids I grew up around, you know, kind of got mixed into, and a lot of it I still believe is not entirely the kid's fault. It's what they're raised around, it's what you see every day, and that's what ultimately molds you. So you just need an opportunity to see, hey, there's something else out there I can do. And it doesn't even need to be that one thing that breaks through to change your entire life. It just, that could introduce you to something else. And I was given this crazy chance to be introduced to golf, and that ultimately changed my life. And I feel like the happiness that this game brings me every time I wake up and get an opportunity to hit this golf ball is my biggest passion. And if I can change the passion of others or the lives of others, I mean, that's huge. That's crazy huge, because it's not just this simple sport where you whack the ball around. I mean, this can change your life. It did for me, and I'm so thankful for it every day, and I want it to change other people's lives. This has potential. Oh, it needs pace. Oh, it needs pace. Boom! Let's go. Hell yeah.